What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD Mobile video. So today, like I promised, I am going to be comparing the PKM, which is newly released, to the HOLGER, which pretty much seems to be the standard for every LMG user nowadays. Despite its nerfs, it's still a very, very solid LMG. But, you know, I thought it would be interesting to actually compare the two because, you know, I see a lot of people, you know, saying that the PKM is good, and, you know, there are some that are saying that the HOLGER still reigns supreme. But yeah, I'm going to make just a classic little comparison, not with any real stats, but I mean, obviously, if you use the two, you would know the differences, such as fire rate, movement, all that stuff. So, of course, we're going to go in chronological order based on which weapon was released first. So, obviously, the HOLGER was first, and this one came around, I believe, Season 4. I think that's when we had the old Western theme for that season. I'm not really sure. Maybe it could be Season 3, but I think for sure, I think it was Season 4, because I think Season 3 was the Japanese theme. So the HOLGER, whenever people actually think about the HOLGER, they think about it in a negative light, and not because it's a shitty weapon. They usually think about it because there's the players have pretty much given this weapon a bad name. This is typically the camper's sort of weapon. And honestly, even now, it's still a very, very powerful, almost to the point where it's overpowered. It's not really something pleasant that you would want to see in a match, because of course they preview the players on each side, and if you see someone with the HOLGER, you know it's going to be a very, very difficult game, depending on how good you are. But I will say this, the way people have used it has kind of surprised me, because, you know, a lot of people, especially for touch players, they typically rely on speed more than anything. And it's weird to see them with the 100-round mag using no stock and just strafing around like that. I thought, you know, the lack of speed would kind of be like a turnoff to them, but apparently people actually like the 100-round mag. For me, I actually prefer using the double stack. I never would really have thought they would use the HOLGER like that. That was very surprising to me. But of course, comparing it to the PKM, I would say in terms of mobility, this weapon does have the upper hand. It does also have a slightly faster fire rate than the PKM counterpart. But of course, it has also a lot more attachment options. I mean, you could be able to use a 35-round mag instead of the default 100-round, and increase your ADS speed exponentially compared to the PKM, where it has mag extending options instead of mag reduction options. This is what really causes the HOLGER to be more superior than most LMGs, because it's versatile in almost every single way. You can use it as an SMG, you could use it as an assault rifle, and you could use it as a basic LMG. And that's something that the PKM can't do, because it doesn't have that variety that the HOLGER has. It doesn't have those lower mag options that increases the ADS speed. It doesn't have a lot of short barrels. It doesn't have a very good no stock compared to this one. Of course, this is a 4-shot weapon, so if you do hit in the head all 3 times, you can manage to get a 3-shot kill, but that's only if you hit every single shot on the head. But for the most part, this is going to be a 4 to 5-shot kill depending on your range, but I know a lot of people do like using monolithic suppressor, so overall it's going to be a 4-shot. The damage is actually enough to warrant that 4-shot, because its damage usually is, what, 25, and that's it. Of course, if you do hit in the head, it's 37. Of course, with the PKM being the most recent LMG in the COD Mobile LMG list, yeah, the PKM, I mean, it does have its good traits. Obviously, the mobility is not one of them. But what makes this weapon more, you know, superior, at least in my opinion, for the HOLGER, is its damage. And that could actually save you in some gunfights, because it actually makes it a 3-shot kill instead of a 4-shot. Of course, depending on the range and where you do hit. If you do hit in the chest or in the upper body, you should be able to at least score a 1-shot kill. And even if you shoot in the head, it does help with the 3-shot potential. So the 3-shot hit area is a little bit more lenient, or I guess the damage is in general, because with the HOLGER you need 3 shots to the head to make a 3-shot kill, but as long as you're in range and as long as you hit in the upper body, you could just easily get a 3-shot with the PKM, and if you at least shoot once in the head, you could get the same result. So that's pretty much the only upside to using the PKM over the HOLGER. It is a consistent 3-shot kill. And yeah, it has power and everything, but of course what it lacks is speed. And like I said, this is the slowest LMG in the category. Of course, if you mastered LMG movement, it should be pretty simple. For me, I do all right with it, even if I rush. Of course, like I said, there's not really a lot of options for speed. Yes, you do have a light barrel, you do have no stock, which actually gives you a higher ADS speed benefit than the Holger does, because I believe the Holger's like, what, 5? But it does give you a 40% ADS movement speed, which here it doesn't. It only gives you, I believe, 10 to 15 at best. And even then, it's still not enough for the gun to move in such a crazy way when you're strafing around. I feel like this was meant to be more of a camper type of weapon, and I mean, it's obvious because of its speed, and you know, having the fire rate lower than the Holger is actually warranted, because I mean, it's high damage. If it had a very fast fire rate with that type of damage, this thing would be definitely overpowered, and I don't really see this being used in multiplayer, or at least ranked, if anything, because obviously it's not really the best option, because there's just so many more powerful weapons out there that are much faster and have a much faster fire rate alongside a lot more stability. And that's another thing that this weapon lacks, is stability. If you have no attachments, or if you don't have your attachments set up right, this thing kicks like a mule. It has a lot of vertical recoil, so you have to build it in such a way that it's good enough to get medium to long range kills. But fortunately, I mean, this weapon has a lot of bullets to it. I mean, you could extend it to a 200 round mag just like the RPD. But of course, if you want to use this for speed, this is definitely the wrong choice. So I would say that the Holger is by far the better option, because there's just so many options to it. You could lower the mag for more increased speed. You could actually keep it like that, but have insane ADS movement speed. There's just so many things that you could do with the Holger that you just can't do with the PKM. The only thing that could save you with the PKM is its damage. So if you do get in a gunfight that you weren't expecting, that 3-shot kill might come in handy, especially if you're going against a Holger. I mean, not everyone's gonna be running the Holger with the 35 round double stack mag. People use it for the 100 round, which does make it almost as slow as this. So there is still a chance for you to win gunfights if you're going against someone with a Holger. And plus, this thing gets multi kills like it's nothing. If there's people that are like in a straight line, you could pretty much go through them like paper. It's crazy how strong this weapon actually is. So yeah, that's pretty much covers up my comparison between the two. Holger has more speed, but less power, but the PKM is slower, but has more power and a higher capacity. So yeah, anyways, the option is yours. I mean, there are some people that might like the PKM better than the Holger. I'm one of those people. And yeah, honestly, I can't even wait for the legendary Christmas themed skin for this. I actually saw it in the leaks, and oh my god, I can't wait. I mean, it looks like an amazing skin. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more comparison videos, and I'll see you guys next time.